Hello there, Virgo. Welcome to DragonTaleTarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your oracle and tarot reading for the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus. And that was with us November 19th, 2021. This is definitely a little bit late getting these out. I'm so sorry for that, but these energies are very long lasting and will be with us for quite a while. This particular full moon was very significant, not only because the Taurus full moon is an excellent full moon for manifesting, it's a great energy for my Virgos because it is a fellow earth sign, but this was also astronomically a very important lunar eclipse because it's the longest lunar eclipse on record in 1,000 years. That lunar eclipse took about 6 hours to complete itself, its complete cycle. So that's a very long time for that moon to be doing that. And it's a very, I think it has a lot of ramifications for us. And I think that not only will these energies play out over the next 28 to 30 days till our next full moon in Gemini, but I think that it's going to have further reaching energies beyond that, especially when it comes to manifesting our goals and our dreams. I feel like those of us that are really in tune with this stuff are very aware of these patterns. We're like, oh yeah, good things are coming here. So Virgo, thank you so much for being with me. I love to have you here at the channel. If you haven't yet done so, please do reach out there, hit that subscribe button, join the Dragon family. And also keep in mind that these are general readings. These are not going to resonate with every one of you, so take what makes sense and leave the rest behind. If you're interested in a personal reading with me, would like any information on the card decks that I use, or would like to make a donation to the channel, all those links are down below in the description box. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians and ancestors, please show us what you have for our beautiful Virgos for this Taurus full moon lunar eclipse cycle of November 2021. Anything that they need to know, past, present, and future, for their best and highest good. Yes. Oh, I like this. This is some good energy for you. So in the immediate past, we have the full moon in Leo. That's what you've experienced over this past month since the last full moon in Aries. And so it says, don't let pride get in your way. So don't let, any sort of sense of, defensiveness or anything like that get in the way of your creative process, because Leo is a very creative, very heart-based process. But, Leo can also be very prideful. They can have a very strong ego. Virgo in general doesn't have a very strong ego, so I would say for most of you, it's more a need to be right, because Virgos do have many times a need to be right, just like us Capricorns. And so it may be a thing where, you're kind of laying off of, the critiques, no matter how well-intended they are, and things like that. Or if you're dealing with someone who is kind of Leo-like, and is kind of prideful and a bit arrogant in your opinion, it's like you're deciding not to let that ruin the partnership or the friendship, right? That can take a couple different manifestations for you. Let's get into a clarifier for this. Yes, and it gives, I feel like when you, do that, when you accept others and yourself without, too much judgment or critique, it brings a lot of pleasure. It brings a lot of fun. And Leo is a sign of fun, right? It is. It's like enjoyment of the arts, the theater. They're playful. Leo energy is very playful. So right in the center, look at this. What do you need to release? And I feel like actually the timing for this reading is really perfect, because as the full moon wanes, this is what's coming through for you with that full moon message, is what do you need to release, Virgo? So, Virgo, you're a great sign about detox, healthy habits and routines. It's a sign of cleansing and purification amongst many other things. Virgo is very multifaceted, but you're very good at that clearing work. So right up your alley, right? Excellent for you. It's like, I think that you'll have a very easy time saying, okay, I got plans. I got dreams, I got goals, but what are my roadblocks? What are the things that either keep me from being happy or keep me from manifesting more fully the kind of life I want to have? And so it's really about identifying those blockages. What do you need to do to get yourself there? Whether it's, you know, getting counseling, eating better, creating better habits, whatever it may be. Let's get a clarifier, please. And we have the harvest moon. And I think that, you know, what I'm feeling is pretty spot on there. It's like, again, harvest moon, fruition, coming to manifestations, coming to the, you know, the fullness of a cycle. It's like, what do you need to release in order to get to this better, more prosperous, happier kind of life? I'm looking at my moon charts here because, yeah, the harvest moon can sometimes be considered the full moon that happens in September or October, right? It gets that name ascribed to it. So sometimes it does happen in Virgo season, just saying. And that feels like a very Virgo kind of card, you know. Virgo rules good nutrition and agriculture. So, you know, eating better could be part of this too. Having those good habits, those healthy routines are really important for you guys. And into the immediate future, over the next 28 to 30 days to build up to that next full moon, we have the mutable moon energy. Nothing is yet set in stone. I love this for you for two reasons. Virgo, you are a mutable sign. Those are the three modalities, are mutable, cardinal, and fixed, and you're a mutable sign. So this to me, and those mutable people are the most flexible in general. They are the most you know, easy to work with in a lot of respects because they are willing to see different points of view, all that sort of thing. So you're a mutable sign, and the full moon that's coming up next is in Gemini, which is also a mutable sign. So I feel like this is giving you kind of that like relief. It's saying, you know, Virgo, don't put so much pressure on yourself. Don't get yourself into that, you know, tie yourself into a knot thinking everything has to be perfect. Nothing, you know, can go wrong, because it's telling you nothing's yet set in stone. You've still got time to make adjustments. You've still got time to rework your plans and rethink things. So don't be too hard on yourself. Things are not yet, you know, permanent. So you do have ability to flex, you know, be flexible and changeable with your plans right now or what you're working on. Let's get a clarifier here. Yes, and I think, wow, I mean, it's all just keeps coming out. This resilience card reminds me so much of like the Ten of Wands, right? Where we're really working to get to the end of a burdensome or difficult cycle. I think that this is really a message saying don't be so hard on yourself, right? Don't put yourself under this sort of pressure like, I gotta get it all done, and you know, putting a really harsh deadline on yourself or something like that. I feel like things are going to play out in their own perfect timing. You might just need to be patient. You are going to get to the end of this cycle, but just don't beat yourself up getting there, okay? Let's get into some tarot. We're going to deepen these messages up for you. Clear these out just a little bit. Yeah, I mean, there's, I feel like the worst is behind you. I feel like you're letting go a lot of the difficulty. In the immediate past, yes, we have the Five of Wands, so that does deal with friction, with tussles, with potential conflicts you've gone through, sure. Yes, it could have been with a Leo or a fire sign, an Aries or Sagittarius, sure. And it might have definitely been a matter of personal pride or self-worth that you felt was on the line. Thankfully, Five of Wands is usually just little skirmishes. It's not like a major knockdown, drag out arguments. Let's see what clarifies this for you. Four of Pentacles, yes. And you might have felt a little like your personal values were being attacked. Yeah, just straight up, because the Four of Pentacles is that earth energy. And it really kind of shows that you kind of had to go, or you felt you had to go into a little bit of self-protection mode. You're like, okay, I'm just gonna be careful about what I say. Because you're not a sign that really likes to fight. And nobody wants to fight with a Virgo. Oh my gosh. They're going to remember every detail of everything you ever said, so you don't want to go there anyway. In the immediate energy of the full moon of Taurus, Ten of Swords. This is why I feel like a lot of the worst is behind you. I feel like, you know, those old cycles of betrayal, hardship, people stabbing you in the back, those old wounds. I feel like a lot of that has come full circle. And for those of you that are still working on clearing some things out, I do feel that that is what this is centered around. Swords are also the air element, so it does deal with the mind. This can lead to that feeling of anxieties, worries, overthinking, over-worrying something. And that could be a cycle that's coming to an end as well as you move through this lunar eclipse energy. Lunar eclipses are powerful for release. So this is beautiful. This is great. Let me get a clarifier, please, on the Ten of Swords. Two of Cups. Yeah, and this could be very much to do with partnerships, relationships, whether they're romantic or maybe a working relationship here, Virgo. You've had a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety around this. And I feel like that cycle is coming to an end. It's coming to an end. And it's time to let it go. It's definitely time to let go of those worries, those stresses, those fears. Yes, going into the future, we have the King of Cups. Very strong Cancerian energy on this, you know, that Cancer sign. It is about trustworthy people, and I feel like that's a major thing. It's really on your mind. Sorry, my foot's itching, and I just keep reaching. Scratching my foot. Sorry about that. But the King of Cups to me is about making good emotional decisions going forward, to trust the right people and to let the right kind of folks in. You know, and I feel like that's a big hurdle that a lot of you are overcoming. It's like, all right, I've had some people in my past really stab me in the back, really let me down. I want to make better choices about who I trust going forward. And that may be weighing very heavily on your heart and on your mind. So it's time. It's time to be flexible. Observe people and their actions, right? Before you let them in a little deeper. It's very important. But don't stress yourself out about this. You've come through a lot. You've come through a lot, Virgo. Look at this. Ooh, you may have a Cancer person coming into your life. You may. Or somebody just with those Cancerian traits. Because the King of Cups and the Chariot card are both powerful Cancer cards. You know, that's the late July, late June, early, you know, most of July is that sign. So, and that's a good match many times for Virgo. It's a very nice match. So just be aware of that for some of you. That might be a part of your story here. But with these two cards, I feel like this is, you know, the Chariot is victory. It's success. It's successfully working out those intuitions, those subconscious energies and emotions, all the different things that go on inside us, and really learning to balance that inner intensity. The emotional inner intensity. Oh yeah, things are moving. Oh, Virgo, things are moving. Look at the bottom of this. The Tower and the Eight of Cups. Some of you, I'll tell you, some of you out there with this Ten of Swords and this Two of Cups, some of you might be leaving someone behind, or letting something really finally go after getting some really difficult, earth-shaking news from or about them. Yep. Wow. Not all of you, but some of you. But all of you, I feel like there's like this fresh new energy, because the Tower is Mars energy. It moves things forward, and it changes, you know, an unstable foundation into one that is stable and long-lasting. Hand of Spirit really intervening. Wow. And the Eight of Cups is all about leaving behind something or someone that has not been emotionally, spiritually fulfilling for us. Woo! A lot going on with y'all. Let's get an affirmation on this reading for you, Virgo. Victory. See, I told you, the Chariot is a victory card. And look at that victory coming up for you. And there's that cup, just like the King of Cups. I shall celebrate and I shall rise. I shall let victory make me wise. I really do feel like you're going to come out on top here, Virgo. I really do. There's a lot of clearing for you guys going on. There's, for some of you, a lot of kicking some negative people to the curb. There's definitely that for some of y'all, but I do feel overall this is a victorious outcome as you go forward over this month ahead. So I hope you have an amazing month cycle building up to our next full moon, and I'll be seeing you again soon. Take care.